Hey, what's up, guys? How is everyone doing? Let's talk about Bandai real quick. So, um, let's check out Bandai Namco on YouTube. Let's see what they got cooking for us. Maybe some Armored Core news. Oh, never mind. Look at this. Elden Ring. Another Elden Ring vid. So, Bandai Namco has been putting out Elden Ring videos by like the numbers. So they just uploaded 6 Elden Ring videos, which are guides by Fighting Cowboy. None of them really got any views, really. So this is what brings the subject for this vid. So we are about 1 month away from the launch of Armored Core, and we're not really getting much more information. In fact, the last big batch of info we got was really the VaatiVidya. So when Vaati and the other content creators came forth with their analysis of the gameplay showcase that they've been shown. So this was the last time we really got anything. And then we also got to see the gameplay trailer for Armored Core ourselves, which has been re-uploaded right here. So maybe we can watch that while I talk about this in the background. But yeah, basically that's what's going on right now. Like, we're waiting for Armored Core. Well, it's been about a month. We have not seen much. This is like the last bit of information we got. And a lot of people are asking for a demo of Armored Core. So I also want to address that. I don't think we're getting a demo, guys. There is a demo that's going to be available in Japan, like part of Japan. Some customers are going to be able to play it, and that makes sense. And let me explain to you why you getting a demo in North America or the West or Europe does not make sense. And you see, like, the demos don't really... There's not that many games that make demos anymore. Recently, I think there's been Lies of P, but it made it made sense for Lies of P to release a demo, and there's a simple reason for it. Lies of P is a game by a smaller, less known developer, and so they need to put their name out there, and no one was really going to try or to buy Lies of P unless they heard or knew about it. And so the demo here serves as a good marketing tool to make more people aware of the game, because people are looking for something to play at the moment. And so when they release a Lies of P demo, it really makes sense that a lot more people would be drawn to trying it out, because they were not necessarily intending to trying it or even buying it in the first place, because it was much lesser known. So when it comes to Armored Core, here Armored Core is a different story. It's riding on the back of the From Software brand that's been building, especially since the launch of Elden Ring. So now From Software is a big household name that fans love. And so Armored Core is pretty much riding its entire marketing on the back of the brand. And From Software at the moment does not really need to do much for the marketing to take effect, because people are eagerly waiting for any game that From Software is making. And so I think in Bandai's case here, I think they're leaning a bit too much on that. Like, you know, for us, I think more people want to see more of the game. Like, maybe, like, personally, what I would like to see is, first of all, I would like to see what the HUD looks like. I think that's one thing that they could show us, what the HUD looks like, and with some gameplay. And I also want to know more about multiplayer. I know Souls games are not about multiplayer, but I'd like to remind everyone that one of the big aspects of Armored Core games, as opposed to Souls games, is that their multiplayer has always been a strong part of Armored Core games. It's not been necessarily the focus in the patch, but it's always been like a strong pillar. Like, this is something that people come back to play, as opposed to like the Souls games, which is really something that's been tackled like on the side. So here in Armored Core, they said that they would like to tell us more about multiplayer in the future, but we have not really seen or heard much about it. And so I think, for me personally, what I would like to know is, what is going on with the multiplayer? What do they have in plan for the multiplayer of Armored Core? Are they only planning to do lobbies with 1v1s, 2v2s, team matches? Do they have something more in store for us? This is something I would be interested in knowing, especially a month away from launch. Now, what's funny is that this is not even just a Bandai Namco thing or like an Armored Core thing, or, you know, this is not necessarily something that is exclusive to Armored Core at the moment, the lack of marketing. I was thinking about this and looking at what, let's take a look here. I was looking at what Lords of the Fallen has been putting out lately, and take a look at this. The last month is basically nothing. So it's not the only game that we've not been hearing much about. Lords of the Fallen has been also pretty quiet, and we've seen even less of Lord of the Fallen than we've seen Armored Core. So Lords of the Fallen only had really a super cut gameplay to show us. So like the only thing that they had to show for was these like the cinematic and then the extremely fast cut gameplay where you can't really take a good look at what the gameplay is even going to look like. And so I just want to point out that this sort of very, very pushed late promotional material is not necessarily something that's exclusive to Bandai Namco. This is not something that's exclusive to Bandai, and I'm going to be honest, as far as Lords of the Fallen is concerned, I'm a bit confused because no one has high expectations for this game. Like, if we're being honest, like, Lords of the Fallen is not being carried on the back of a From Software brand. Actually, if anything, it might be a little bit because it's technically a From Software clone, but that's really the only thing that this game has going for it leading up to its launch. So honestly, if I was them, I would be trying to pour out as much information to get people excited about the game as possible, because right now it's looking like they're just waiting. They're just waiting for something, but we don't know what. And this is another game that we should be hearing more about soon, because the launch is getting closer. Like, this is also coming out in about a month, like maybe a month and a half. And this is like right around the corner. And we have barely heard or learned anything about this game. We have not even seen base gameplay as opposed to Armored Core. Like, this is the only thing we've seen, those supercuts. So anyway, I just wanted to put that into perspective for Armored Core. Now, going back to the demo thing, if anything, the Armored Core demo is not happening because that's what you're that's what the majority of the people buying the game are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be trying the game. So when it comes to a game like Elden Ring, when Elden Ring launched, Elden Ring had a network test, but Elden Ring was expected to sell about 4 million copies. It's in the first month. It sold about 13, just as a point of reference. So selling 13 million copies was really overshoot. So Elden Ring was actually, when it launched the network test, it was, yes, to test a few things and to polish up the game, but it was also like kind of throwing a bones to the Souls fans who were going to be the main people supporting the game, really. So we were all going to buy it anyway, and it was more like an exciting event that was part of the lead up to the game. When it comes to Armored Core, this would not hold the same place. Like a network test or a demo would not hold the same place in the grand scheme of things, because the majority of the people have not even played an Armored Core. That's why they want a demo, because they don't really know what it plays like in the first place. And so they want to get an idea, and that's perfectly understandable. But from a company's perspective, the bulk of the people who are going to buy the game are people who are buying the game because they have not tried it. And so the moment you put a demo out there, it just cuts the sale massively, because all the people that were curious about the game, that wanted to try it before buying it, are now not going to buy it because they've already tried it with a demo. You could say this is anti-consumer, and well, it probably is, but this is what it is. This is how it works, and that is why you're not going to see a demo for the West, especially for Armored Core. Now, for the East, for Japan, why do they have a demo, a playable demo at booths and stuff like that? Well, it's kind of like the same thing with what we got with Elden Ring. The thing is, the Japan player base, or the Japan fan base, is more of a fan base that they can rely on, and that the demo is not going to affect how people, or if people will purchase the game or not. You have to keep in mind that the only reason Armored Core has been alive for all those years is because it sold enough in Japan. And so this is not a franchise that they have to sell to Japan. It's already something that the Japanese audience was looking for and looking forward. And so releasing a demo in Japan makes sense because, like the example we mentioned with Elden Ring, it's like throwing a bone to your fan base, to your core audience. And the core audience has always been for Armored Core the Japanese player base, and it is a Japanese studio, so can you really blame them for throwing a bone to their homeboys and the people who've been supporting them since the very beginning? I think it's perfectly understandable. So all in all, that's why you're not going to see an Armored Core demo in the West. And just, you know, to get your expectations straight for a demo, you know, don't expect a demo. You're not going to play a demo. If you want to try the game, you're going to have to buy it and to play it. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a short and sweet, you know, try it and then see if you like it. But yeah. That is all for today. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date with everything that's going on Bandai Namco related. I hope you enjoyed this slight bit of news, and I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care, everyone.